Since the beginning of time, people with like minds have always rolled together. In situations where children of foes have turned out to be friends, some serious tables have shaken. Imagine President Akufo-Addo's daughter in a relationship with President Mahama's daughter. Well, that's exactly the kind of situation seemed to have been sparked by the marriage of the NDC's Deputy National Youth Organizer, Chief Biney, and the NPP's Mami Afia Akoto. How did NDC and NPP key members overcome their differences in political ideologies to fit into one bedroom? Today, we put the spotlight. Topic for discussion is politics, love, family, and friends. How did brothers John Jinapor and Abu Jinapor find themselves on different sides of the political divide? Or the NPP's Osafo Marfo and his brother, Dr. Isaac J. Marfo of the NDC, John Mahama and his cousin Otiku Afisa Jaba. We have analysis of how this will all work out to produce peace in the home whilst effectively delivering on their jobs in their parties. You can join the conversation by sending your WhatsApp messages to us on our WhatsApp platform. But let's start with a conversation with the newest couple in town, NDC's Chief Biney and the NPP's Mami Afia Akoto, who speak about their union.
To our world, there's so much tension when it comes to our political devices. We are the major political parties, NPP and NDC, and whenever there is tension between us, these two political parties, if we've gone beyond politics to see that there is love and life after politics and before politics, and what binds us together is stronger and greater than what separates us, then the people out there, the world around us, should know that we differ in ideology and not enemies. We've created too much tension in this country that, I mean, Ghana doesn't deserve us going on that path. We need people who will step up and say, hey, the whole thing is discussion or ideas, ideology, not a battle. We are not on a battlefield. And if our love, we could look beyond political differences and let love rule. Why can't you do it out there? Why can't you do it in your corner? Why can't you just overlook at the other person who may have said something because he's an NDC person against you or against B, and just embrace that person and let the person know that, hey, we are here to battle with the brain and not, with our strength. And yes, with this love that we have, I believe it is a love that will go till the end of the road, till the end of time, and it is not something that we are going to let people down, or we are doing it to please the people out there, but it is a love that is going to transcend into generations and let people know that political differences is not enmity, but ideology.
We are political open. We started through some discourse, political discourse, if you like. And on one of the programs, she said something that I realized that she's a woman that one can trust, because I realized that she moves with God's understanding. She's a woman of Christ. And so since then, I decided to look beyond politics. And I started looking beyond politics. And by the grace of God, she had to understand what I am looking up to. And that's why you find us today as husband and wife. So this is where we are coming from. It's been way back when my political party was in government. That's 2016, till now. So you can imagine we've been going out for some time now. And then now is the right time for us to tie the knot and officially be declared as husband and wife. So this is our story, the little that I can share with you. The main reason why we're in politics is to do the basic things in life for our people, okay? So if that is the case, then there should be no reason for us to be fighting because of the politics that we are bringing on board for the basic needs to be met. Do you understand? I don't think, like she said, I don't think we're enemies. We are not. We can agree to disagree. And then when we agree to disagree, we look at the larger interest and we move on.
Agree to disagree. Look at the differences and move on. That's Chief Biney there with his wife. Let's get on the line and have a little bit of conversation over this. ZAKARIA TANKO is lecturer at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. He's also a private legal practitioner. Mr. TANKO, thank you for your time this afternoon. I was one of the people whose eyebrows were raised when I heard this story the first time. How did it first strike you?
Why would you raise eyebrows this year? Hello, anyway, happy new year. We haven't spoken this year. Why would you raise eyebrows? I can understand why you would raise eyebrows, but I was indifferent, frankly, because I think we've got to understand that politics is not supposed to be divisive.
I'm losing you. If you could wrap that up for me again. Say what you said again. I'm
saying that I was indifferent when I heard it. Okay. I was indifferent because, for me, I think we have to come to the realization that politics is not supposed to be divisive. Politics is just an instrument, a tool that we actually use to try and achieve different things for our country. So we are all looking at the same thing. We want something for our country, but we have different ideologies and those things. So it shouldn't really be a problem. Now, for those who have problem with it, I think the reason is because of the nature, the caliber of people who have come together. So Chief Biney is an executive member of his political party, and the wife also occupies a very important position in her political party. So the concern, which is legitimately understood, is that the issue of breach of trust and confidence is something that people would always want to consider. So husband and wife, there are certain conversations that husband and wife would have. They would share certain information and all those things. Now, are those information that...
And that's the point I'm coming to. You are a married man, Mr. TANKO. Yeah. And I'm just imagining, and that's something that a lot of people have actually talked about, that how do these two people fit in their various positions in their parties and come together as husband and wife and not necessarily share information that may be injurious to the other party?
You see, it's because we're looking at politics in a very abstract way from the professional things that we do. Every professional, when you go to work, what you say at your workplace, when you come home, it is no longer ethically acceptable for you to be sharing that information.
Okay, if you can reposition for me, because I think what I hear you say is that it boils down to professionalism. If you have a particular...
professional. So if you are a politician and you are a professional, then basically it's the same thing that applies in the job market. If I go to work and my boss says to me, tomorrow there is going to be maybe the interest rate is going to be decreased. Maybe I work for Bank of Ghana or something like that, and I come home and then I come and disclose that to my wife. That is unprofessional. It's unethical. The who I'm talking to has made that conversation unethical. So the same thing applies in the marriage relationship as well. I think it all boils down to the individuals and their professionalism. But I don't want to actually oblivious of the fact that when you walk into such a relationship, knowing where you are coming from, you should definitely understand that there will be consequences for those actions you take. And some of those consequences are that you're going to, for a long time, be considered with some suspicion. Now, how you unravel that is something that, as time goes on, people will come to realize that your professionalism is taking precedence over your emotions and all those things. But I don't think anybody should walk into this sort of situation like Biney and his wife have found themselves in. I don't think they should go into this situation oblivious of the consequences that would follow. But for me, I think that, as you say, what God has put together, let's have politics to offend.
Very well. Well, we wish them all the best. And obviously, the big videos and the pictures that we're seeing show a very happy couple. We are happy for them. And we wish them all the best. We'll see how that goes. And I'm wishing them a happy Valentine's. You can pass by Mr. TANKO, by the way, for one of our chocolates from CPC.